Hey, Dave. After
Morning.
practicing for the last 4 days, do you get a feel of where your team is, what sense, and what do you expect out of them coming out of the gate today?
We seem like we're in good spirits and have energy, so that's how it goes. So we'll uh, we'll go with that energy and fresh. So hopefully that we start the game that way.
And Winnipeg. The games against Winnipeg are always highly entertaining. Is that
Yeah,
just because there's just so much skill on both sides of the puck?
I think both teams, the skill is there, but both teams compete hard. They've been tight games, all of them, and uh, no, not just fun to watch, fun to be involved in, fun for a coach, fun for the players.
Kelly Moore, CGOB.
Hey, good morning, Dave.
Morning.
A couple of questions for you here. First one, coaches loving practice as much as they do. I'm sure you would have loved to have played more than 8 games in 27 days, but how much of this has been an unexpected bonus for you? And do you feel this is really going to pay dividends for the stretch drive and especially the playoffs?
Well, you hope that. We've had some good practice days, and it's funny how it's gone. We prepared for a heavy schedule, and all of a sudden you got a few more days off than you thought you were going to have. But we've had some good practices. It gives you a chance to touch on some structure stuff that you don't get a lot of chance to practice when your schedule's more hectic. So you're getting we've got 14 games left of a stretch drive here. We've give us a little reset and touch on some of the things how we want to play and hopefully give us the energy to push through the end of the season here.
And going into this game in particular, off a 6-day layoff, what are some of the dynamics to get yourself into the game? As you mentioned, when you're going every other day, it's a little bit different. But for this particular thing, do you just kind of go at it from basic fundamentals? I know that's what the Jets were talking about to overcome their first game back home off a road trip blues.
Yeah, you got to use your energy. Your team's going to have energy. You just got to use it in a positive way. You got to be smart. You got to we want to come in here and play a solid road game. So I think the thought of you haven't played in 6 days by about the 6-minute mark of the first period where everybody's in the game, you're not thinking about that anymore. You're just thinking about playing. So we want to come. We want to be real solid. We know that Winnipeg's played well lately, so we got to come in and play a solid game, but make sure we use our energy in the right way.
Daniel and Jim Bowman, The Athletic.
Morning, Dave.
Morning.
I'm just curious what the last week's been like for you and your coaches. I mean, have you kind of gone nuts writing everything on napkins and trying out different things? And has it been kind of a stir crazy time for being off this long for a coach?
No, it's been good. We've got some good practice time. We've had, gone through a lot of structure stuff. We've had lots of meetings with players and special teams. So it's been a good time to reset. You don't get those times during the year very often. So we've had a few days to really, delve deeper into some of the things that we want to try to get into for the stretch drive. So we look at that as a positive. Now, that being said, you're ready to play. You want to get playing again.
And I imagine Mike Smith is starting in that. Are there any other kind of lineup changes you can?
No, Mike Smith starting tonight.
Terry Jones, Post Media.
Dave, you had a chance to look at the rewritten schedule. What are your thoughts?
Terry?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
You're just a little quiet. Can you repeat that?
Yes, I said, Dave, you had a chance to look at the rewritten schedule. Curious about your thoughts when you see it.
It's not much different than, you look at it, you go about it, you plan accordingly. We've got the last couple of weeks, we've got 5 games against Vancouver that we're going to be spread out a little bit, but we still got a 4-day break after the Montreal game next week, so that stayed the same. So that last couple of weeks changes and adds an extra week on the schedule, but that's probably needed to get the games in that have been missed. So there's no change in message on how we're going to prepare. It's still 14 games we've got to play from today, and we got to make sure we're keep building our game those 14 games to get a playoff spot, and then make sure we're ready to go in the playoffs.
Thank you.